Alright, hello guys. Today we will be looking at Hogaak. We will be looking at the new card from the new set. The one that everybody's talking about in Modern, however, I think he's also good in Legacy. He is, if you're not aware, you cast him from your graveyard by convoking and delving. He's an 8/8 trampler. And I think LED Dredge is a really good place for him. We have lots of cards in the graveyard that we really don't care about, so we're happy to delve away 5. Manaless can't delve away 5 as easily, but they've got more things that they can sack. So, also, it enables the new Force of Vigor in Manaless. I'm planning on doing a Manaless video, hopefully when the Hogaak price dies down a bit. When Modern Horizons first came out, I was able to pick up 1 copy of Hogaak for like 2 ticks, and then I sort of missed the boat. I was at work and the price went crazy on Hogaak, and it's now at like, it got to like 14 ticks, and then I was just like, oh, I'm just going to sit and see what happens, and now it's got up to 20. I had to pay 20 ticks for the second Hogaak. That's how much I care about you guys getting this great content out there. What changes have we made from the standard stock list today to test out 2 Hogaaks? We have got rid of 1 Golgari Thug, which if you watch my Nether Shadow video, that is the slot where I would straight slot a Hogaak. I think it's just a better Nether Shadow for this deck. I think it's absolutely excellent. What else have we cut? We've cut 1 Icarid, partly because Hogaak's an extra threat, and also partly because I don't like cutting Street Wraiths. I've tried it before. I just love Street Wraith. The card does so much in the deck. It just makes all your hands better. You can protect dredges if people try and surgical dredges. It's just good. It enables you to do hands where you just discard the hand size, and then you can actually get going at a reasonable pace. I love Street Wraith in this deck. I tried cutting it, was sad whenever I drew the card that was replacing Street Wraith, and just found something else to cut to put the flex slot in. The other changes I've made: down 1 Careful Study, up 1 Putrid Imp. Obviously black creatures are good with Hogaak. That's the only reason I've done this, just because it will let us, hopefully we'll be able to demonstrate casting some Hogaaks through some Containment Priests, and hopefully not getting it Caracased, because that would just be sad. Putrid Imp's just an all-round good card. Hogaak gives it, I'm not sure it's necessary really to add an extra Putrid Imp. I just thought it would be a fun thing to test out, since we're also testing out 2 Hogaaks. Sideboard, going to be standard as anything. What I've been using for a while now. I've gone up to 2 Serenities. I was avoiding it, but I've been slowly going up to more and more Serenities. They've been proving their worth, especially with the new Karn decks. I think it's good. I said in the last video I was like, I'd rather have Wispmare. I kind of still would, but there have been other situations where Serenity's just been amazing. I still flip-flop on having maybe another Serenity and another Wispmare. 1 Leyline of Sanctity. I love the card. It's great whenever I draw it in the matchups I want it. Everything else is pretty standard. If I was to go into a tournament tomorrow where Modern Horizons was legal, the list I'd use wouldn't be this exact list that we're going to test out today. I've added probably an extra Hogaak more, just so we can hopefully see how it plays out in more games. This is the list I would use. Move the breakthroughs over so we can see it all on one screen. I would have just cut 1 Thug, add 1 Hogaak. That's the only change I'd make, rather than adding a Putrid Imp, cutting an Icarid. I think this is absolutely solid. I think this is probably the best most stock 60 that's available after Modern Horizons. I think this is the right place to be. With no further ado, let's get into some matches. Right, first match. Yeah, this is a keep. What on earth? Back to basics with Seat of the Synod. I do not know what this man's up to. Thankfully, we are on the play. I mean, if we were on the we are on the draw. If we were on the play, we'd be okay because we cast turn 1 looting. Because we're on the draw, we get to do this, which is fine. Yeah, whatever he's up to is not very good against us, it seems. Okay, he just scoops. And that's a Chalice deck. It's probably on ley lines. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Wow. Sorry about that. I'm gonna I don't want to drop. I don't want to drop the league. You just scooped the whole game. You just saw Grave Troll and was like, nah, I can't beat that. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play through this league and then I'm gonna play one extra game after that. Just so we get a proper 5 games. So that it's like an actual league. We'll just pretend this, because I'm not going to drop with a win, and it seems ridiculous to do that because I paid the entry fee. But yeah, we're going to play 4 games and then we'll play an extra one. Right, match 2. I'm inclined to keep this. It does stuff, especially on the draw. It's got a Street Wraith. I can Therapy, I can Colosseum. I'm happy with it. Lands. Turbo Depths. Turbo Depths. This is a really difficult choice. I want to Cabal Therapy them naming crop rotation, but if we do that, we'd literally do nothing. I kind of want to discard to hand size, but then our next turn's really awkward because we either have to break through or Cabal Therapy. The way that he's set up his plays, doing turn 2 Silver Scrying off of turn 1 Silver Scrying for Dark Depths, makes me think he's probably got a Hex Mage in hand. Because against a blind opponent, they like that really telegraphs getting wastelanded, especially since he discarded a wasteland to Mox Diamond. So he probably just wants to just get a turn 2 2020. In that respect, turn 1 Sylvan Scrying, if he had crop rotation, I feel like he'd have probably just left the mana up. So I think I'm going to Cabal Therapy, target myself, put Grave Troll in the graveyard, pass, and then next turn I can break through. That feels right. It feels better than going to hand size because it means next turn I've got a bit more choices than just, and then I guarantee having a Colosseum in play as well. I think that's the correct play here. Obviously, if he's got a discard spell, this is bad, but it's not too bad. It's not like the end of the world bad. I feel like if he had a discard spell, he'd have cast it turn 1. Yeah, I might get punished super hard for this, but it'll remain to be seen. I'm just sort of reading that what he's got is Hex Mage, and this seems the best against Hex Mage. Right, I don't want to pass to that if he doesn't do anything. I potentially want to cycle Street Wraith end of turn. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to cycle Street Wraith just because I want to keep the Grave Troll around. That's really good. That's exactly what we want. The 3 open mana is so suspicious. Like, so suspicious. I'm just going to make sure the coast's clear. See what happens. I'm not fucking around, I'm just standing crop rotation. Well, don't swear. Oh! Huh. Hmm. I think the correct play is just to go for it this turn because it's not going to get any better. We need to take Sylvan Scrying out of his hand so that he can't go Dark Depths, make 20/20. He's got a Wasteland as well. He can just waste us. He's got Natural Bog. We just need to try and dredge through as much of our deck as possible, I think is the correct play here. I'm actually going to break through X's 1, not cycling the Street Wraith first, because the two things that happen, right, is we cycle Street Wraith, and then yeah, okay. So the two things that happen: we cycle Street Wraith, we don't hit a Dredger, then we have to break through X's 1 with Golgari Thug. The only card that's live that's actually useful in that situation is either another Street Wraith or an LED. We can't use any other card that we draw. So it's better, since one of the cards that we want to hit, like the odds of hitting LED specifically on a draw and us not hitting Dredges is less than the probability that we just hit 4 Dredges if we just break through X's 1 and keep the Street Wraith. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right, well, we've hit most of the things I was wanting to hit here, which is great. Sylvan Scrying. Oh, snap! We can make loads of zombies, can't we? Yeah, that's really good because we can just sack the Hogaak to the other Cabal Therapy. We're going to eat all of the lands and the artifacts because they're irrelevant cards in our graveyard. And then cast Hogaak again. This is great. This is really good. Hogaak's excellent. Because this sort of puts him in a bind over what he's able to do next turn. I'm just going to name Abandoned Hope. I didn't target myself there, just because I'd actually rather keep the Golgari Grave Troll in my hand, because since I've got one in the graveyard, I'd rather keep it in my hand than potentially just expose it to a 1, 2. I actually might end up convoking everything here. 1, 2. God, every card in the graveyard is relevant. I guess Narcomoeba's not, kind of not. 3. I guess looting's not relevant. We're never going to get to a 4th mana. 4. No, I don't want to convoke looting. I'm gonna tap these 2 zombies because they're all summoning sick. Alright, so we've put lethal power on board. So if he doesn't make a 20/20 next turn, we kill him. But we have him in a bind, because if he doesn't bog us, even if he makes a 20/20, we're okay. I thought he was going to copy my Colosseum or something there. I was very confused. Pachuca Bog. His hand is those cards there. Good. We win. Yeah, he was in sort of a bind there because he either gets hit by that or he gets hit by that. Well, these are the 2 cards that I'd take out to put in these 2. So one Hogaak's got to go. I want a Leyline of Sanctity because that's just great. Take out a Careful Study. Take out a Street Wraith. I think's correct. I want to keep the breakthroughs just for going crazy. Putrid Imp's better than Careful Study just because it enables playing around Bog better than Careful Study does. Maybe it's correct to actually cut the Hogaak. I know Hogaak did lots of work there, but he's not too relevant. Though I've not done enough testing to know for sure whether Hogaak's actually worth keeping in or taking out in these sort of situations. This hand's great. I'm going to keep this. The only awkward things we've drawn are Narcomoeba, which is a tad annoying. Because you want to hit as many Narcomoebas as possible in this matchup. Stage. Oh, Stage Diamond. Okay. Bob. Yeah. I mean... Oh, okay, this is good. Because this means we can, if we want to do next turn looting, flashback looting, we can sacrifice Putrid Imp to Cabal Therapy in order to do it. And also we'll have the crop rotation telegraph to us because, oh, that's annoying. It's not the end of the world though. Life from the Loam. Wow, really slow depths. Okay. I was going to say, if you're going to swing, I'm going to 100% take that block. Discard. Go Grave Troll. Oh, I know exactly what's in his hand. It does seem kind of insane not to just crack the LED here. I think that's right. Maybe I'll get punished till I hit exactly crop rotation. Oh my god, Hogaak's amazing. Oh, even better than Hogaak. We hit bloody Ashen Rider Dread Return. I mean, that works, doesn't it? We exile his Dark Confidant, leave an Ashen Rider in play. Oh, he already knows what's up. But Hogaak would have been great there. Wow. Because we could have sacked either the Putrid Imp or the Narcomoeba and then just made a big Hogaak. Damn, Hogaak's great. Right. Going good so far. Right, round 3. The big double Hogaak. Open mulligan it. Reluctant keep. That's half of what we want. People know what I'm on. No one else should play out the Lotus Petal. Well, Lotus Petal, I don't anticipate getting wasted, so it's actually marginally better to do it off of the Cephalid Colosseum. Though I could just get pierced here if he's like show and tell. Maybe I should have discarded the bridge there, actually. Thinking about it, that was probably correct, and what I did was incorrect. I'm assuming it's show and tell. Yeah, it's a good sign it's show and tell. I'm gonna cycle Street Wraith now. Hitting all the Icarids. We only got 3 in the deck, so yeah, that's every Icarid. Yeah, we should definitely have discarded the bridge there, that was a punt. We really need another loot spell ASAP. We might just be dead right now though. Please put in Emrakul. It is not Emrakul. I think that will find him another Lotus Petal and a Emrakul and we will die. There's the Lotus Petal. Not going to 3 there is weak. I guess maybe he didn't want to discard so many cards, but that's weak. Do you think I'm going to bolt him or something? It's not going to happen. Given that we've got 2 Icarids, I'm semi-inclined to just keep his life total low. Just by exiling that. Also, I don't think we're going to have many more turns after this, so yeah. Alright, well that's what we were wanting to draw. I anticipate it will get hit by a force or something similar. It did not. I don't see any reason not to do it. X is 1. It doesn't play around anything that I'm aware of, unless I get dazed. That would be a tilt, wouldn't it? Exiling Show and Tell. I guess that's sort of irrelevant for the sneak attack in play. Maybe he only drew a second Gristlebrand. That's the only thing that I can think that would cause him not to. Yeah, there's the second Gristlebrand. Hopefully it doesn't hit the Emrakul. We get to keep playing Magic. He's looking for it. Evidently not found it, or else this brainstorm I think would be a bit quicker than he's currently doing it. We cannot block. Oof, that's greedy. Why, if I had a Street Wraith, he'd go to 1. Show and Tell? I mean, sure, that's really good for us. Unless he's going to do the Firemind's Foresight loop. Oh, is he digging for Emrakul with all his cantrips? Okay, that's probably what's happening. 2 cards on the bottom, yeah. Two cards on the bottom. Come on! Come on! Come on! Give us the shuffle. Come on. I think our odds of not being dead here are exceptionally low. Yeah? He's really trying. Braid's a zombie token, sure. The annoying thing is the Gristlebrand's going to die getting rid of our bridge, and then, I mean, yeah, I guess a cast to Gristlebrand's better than a... We actually kind of can't. We kind of can't. Exile Icarid to Icarid, because that's the last Icarid on our deck, and I think we'll need it. Not that we'd want to, though. It's possible we'd want to. Yeah, nah. Maybe it's just better to. Maybe this is correct. It's hard to kill through Gristlebrand if I lose more than 2, if I don't have less than 2 Icarids available. I don't like our odds too much of hitting 2 Narcomoebas, and we need to hit at least 2 Narcomoebas because he's got main deck of Braids. So it's highly likely he has another way to get rid of something like that. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't think we've got much more than a turn anyway. I mean, sure. Right, that's good. I'm going to discard Golgari Thug because the best card to put in from our hands is probably Stinkweed Imp if he does cast a Show and Tell for some reason, which I don't think he will, but it's irrelevant at this point because we've got 3 Grave Trolls. I'm not going to sack Narcomoeba because I think it will kill us to do so. Though we can protect ourselves from an Emrakul. No, we can't, because if we sack that, we'll only have 1 flying blocker even after Emrakul. So if he hits the Emrakul, we're dead regardless of if we make enough permanents to survive the Annihilator trigger, because we can't keep making enough permanents to survive the Annihilator trigger and have 2 flying blockers. So I'm going to sack the Icarid, I think. Because I'm assuming he's going to swing next turn. If he swings next turn... Okay, I was anticipating that one. Yeah, if he swings next turn, I'll happily throw 2 Narcomoebas in front of it to get 6 zombies. That gives us probably the best chance of killing him, because that'll be 12 plus 15. Yeah. I think that's correct. Because he's not hit Emrakul. If he Windmill Slams Emrakul off the top, he's a god. But he's going to swing, I'm going to double block, I'm going to get 6 zombies. He's going to go up to some amount. Hopefully doesn't draw an Emrakul. Block. This way it threatens lethal next turn. Probably technically correct to draw in response to the bridge triggers, just in case he has some way to exile them. The chances of him not hitting an Emrakul here, even if there's only 3 in his deck, are astronomically small right now. 20 cards, 3 in the deck, drawing 7. That is really Jesus. Does he just not have any Emrakuls? I don't imagine that. There we go. Well, that's us dead. Yeah, well, that was rough for both of us. Hogaak seems quite irrelevant in this matchup. It might help us kill him a turn earlier, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to do this, which is pretty much my standard sideboarding against this deck. I'm not going to bring in claims, I don't think. They don't always run it. And we're on the play. I would like to play first. I will happily keep this. Alright. Discard Stinkweed Imp. He's got a surgical, it's really obvious. This is why it would be so good to have a Street Wraith right now. He wants to. You know he wants to. I hope he doesn't. He does not. We win. I'm gonna get pierced. That's gonna be sad. Rip. Get to swing for 2 though. Things are not looking good. Hopefully he does not just show and tell in an Emrakul. That's a good sign. Right, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to film. Show and tell. I will put in Emrakul. Icarud. He casts a Gristlebrand. I think we are very dead, my friends. Oh, he had a macabre. Yeah, and we die next turn. I will skip to that. That was disappointing. Maybe we should have mulled lower. What did we keep? Did we keep the 7? I don't think we kept the 7. Yeah, we kept the 7. Maybe we should have mulled that. I don't know. Seemed okay. Oh well. That's frustrating. Next game. Alright, round 3. Well, round 4 technically. Yeah, keep this. Our next turn will be really good. It will not be very good anymore. Oh, okay, it will be good. That's a tell to me they've got like turn 2 Khan or something in that case. Right, well, you've shown me the ancient tomb. So Hogaak's coming out just because I need space in the deck. All the Putrid Imps are coming out because they are bad against the card Chalice of the Void. One Cabal Therapy's going out. Since they've started running Khans, I've been keeping in a third Cabal Therapy just because you have to stop them hitting Khan or else the game pretty much ends. Serenity, Serenity, Wispmare, Claim, Claim. And then you want to get another card, you want to get Petal in. Take out a Street Wraith just because it's like the weakest thing left. This is pretty standard. You need Ashen Rider against these decks because they run Bridge. You need all of the removal for Leyline. You need all of that. You want a Pedal. It's a lot to side, but it's got to be done. If we were running the second Careful Study, that would be the exact same thing. It's all because this stuff costs 1 mana and does nothing against Chalice. Maybe Hogaak's better than an Icarid. I don't know. Probably not. Icarid does a lot of work. Though Icarid is useless against Khan. That's very true. But you can't convoke out a Hogaak against Khan, so it's sort of it's a bit whatever either way. I'll keep it. Okay. Because of turn 1 Chalice, that's fine. What we're going to do, we're going to go to end step, discard to hand size, and then we've got access to Street Wraith, Grave Troll. If he drops Calm, it sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Big yikes. Oh, I'm just receiving a phone call. I'll have to mute my mic. Sorry about that. I'm back. Mana Confluence. I'm just going to pass the turn. I want to play Serenity next turn and blow up all that garbage. Oh no, he knows I've got a Street Wraith. That's literally the worst. I mean, it could have been Serenity, that would have been worse. But if he plays Auriok Salvages. Oh, that's not Auriok Salvages. That's scary though. Well, all of these things are concerning. We may well, even if we do this, just be dead to Bomberman combo next turn. I feel like he could have just done Bomberman combo if he had it, so I think we're okay. Yeah, this is Bomberman. It's not a leyline deck. They tend to run Containment Priests and Tormod's Crypts and not much else. So it's not actually worth bringing in the it's not actually worth bringing in all the enchantment removal. But we didn't know that. We just saw the card Ancient Tomb, and there's been more Calm Post online than Bomberman. Bomberman has been actually quite fringe recently. Yeah, he's just going to get some damage in, make some monks, that's fine. Second Khan? That's a yikes. We're going to get hit for a lot. We're going to get hit for 4, 7, 8 damage. You can set up Mycosynth Lattice for next turn. Ugh, Khan's so gross. Honestly, I think the card's busted, frankly. Not even that it's annoying against Dredge. I mean, obviously it's annoying against Dredge, but the problem with the card is it just slots into too many decks, and then with Mycosynth Lattice it just is like a one-card combo that's just not fun to play against. It's just really boring, and there's not much counterplay to it. The fact that he's a lock piece in and of himself, and it tutors up whatever you need in any situation. I honestly think he's the best Planeswalker printed since Jace the Mind Sculptor. I don't think that's overstating it. I think it's entirely fair to say. I've spoken to people who've made the argument that he's actually better than Jace the Mind Sculptor just because he can go in so many different decks. I've got a friend who's been playing Karn Elves recently. He says it's better than normal Elves. It's like the value version, but he runs Karn as just like a one card. You win the game, tutor up random silver bullets from the sideboard for each matchup you're playing. He's been doing pretty well with it. Julian posted a very similar list. Okay, so we're going to take a ton of damage. Go down to 11. Serenity's going to blow up next turn. Oh, he's going to... We'd have just died to Karn Lattice if we didn't have the Serenity in play. We bought ourselves a turn. However, the turn's kind of irrelevant because they're going to blow up our graveyard with Tormod's Crypt. We need to do like draw a draw spell into a draw spell in order to not lose here. And then dredge enough stuff that we can... I guess they can't cast Lattice next turn. He's empty-handed. He can probably fetch an LED from the board. Well, he just fetched an LED from the board, didn't he? Yeah, he fetched an LED from the board. So he doesn't have a second LED in the board, so we're actually safe from Karn Lattice unless he draws another Soul Land or an LED. There's no reason not to ping me twice with the Walking Ballista. I think he's just thinking about what he wants to fetch with Karn. This deck's so filthy. Yeah, I don't know, I don't like the card at all. Like the Karn Scion of Urza was printed, and that card was pushed. Like that's a pushed card. A 4-mana Planeswalker that's basically +1 draw a card, -2 with like 4 loyalty, make a 6/6. That's a pushed card, but this one's just on another level. Yeah, ping me, crack your crypt. I mean, we can't even draw any 1-mana draw spells, we took them all out of our deck. Oh god, we're so screwed. Yeah, okay, go next game. But we do have our one, how should I say, mirror breaker in this matchup, which is probably, I'd say Bomberman's probably the most compelling reason to play this card. If Bomberman becomes a thing, you want more of these because this card just absolutely wrecks the Tormod's Crypt looping that they try and do. I think we still want Dread Return. Since we're on the play, we want the Careful Study. We want Street Wraith. We want Cabal Therapy. We want the Lotus Petal. Putrid Imp's a bit meh. This is the reason why I prefer like going up to 2 Putrid Imps. Is like sometimes you just want to go LED Careful Study. I think I'm going to do this. Maybe there should be a Hogaak in the list. Is Hogaak even any good against Bomberman? Cast it through Containment Priest. I'll put in the Hogaak and cry when I wish it was a Putrid Imp in my opening hand. How about that? The whole point of this video is to test Hogaak anyway. Ha! Maximum punished. I don't think this hand's really a keep against Bomberman, even if that was a Putrid Imp. Ugh. I mean, it's really close to a keep, but it's missing too many things. If that was an actual land, that'd be good. I don't know. We need a Dredger, we need a draw spell, or else this hand does nothing. I mean, I guess if it's Dredger off the top, we're okay, but nah. This is doing nothing. The best hand we saw was, I mean, the 7 if we had the Putrid Imp instead of the Hogaak was probably the best hand we saw there, but none of them were ideal. Containment Priest. Oh, wait, I don't know. Oh, he saw a Faithless Looter. Okay, that's actually... Oh wait, that's a useless card. Because of this heap of junk. Ugh. Yeah, even the Putrid Imp hand wasn't good against this Chalice nonsense. Not cool. Oh! I'm dying inside. We need to draw a breakthrough. Like, really badly. I'm not going to play the LED out because that deck can't play Chalice on 0, even though he knows that I've got the LED in hand. I don't want him to just play Calm plus it on the Lion's Eye Diamond. I feel like our only way out of this is drawing Breakthrough. Khan, the Great Creator. Chalice on 2. Can the deck do Chalice on 2? I guess it can. Alright, well, with that, the breakthrough out's gone. Maybe the best thing to do is literally just to play Lion's Eye Diamond and then just start slow dredging, discarding the whole hand. But he could just be sandbagging a Tormod's Crypt. Now he's getting his draw engine going. I mean, that's not bad. If we can hit Ashen Rider next turn, we're in an alright spot. However, he is drawing like 4 cards a turn, so we're not in the best of spots. Oh, if we'd have waited a turn and just drawn a card, we could have done Cycle Street Wraith, Hardcast Grave Troll. That would have been beautiful. But you can't rely on those sort of things. Literally every card he could play here I'm scared of. That's scary. Walking Ballista's scary. Khan's scary. Double mental's very scary. God, I hate this deck. Honestly, if there's ever a reason to ban the card Khan the Great Creator, it is this deck. Yeah, I think we just lose here. We can't swing. We're dead next turn. He can bring back 3 baubles, make them all 4/4s, but I'm going to make him do it anyway. If we'd have drawn a turn 1 hand ever, that would have been better. This is part of the reason why I actually prefer 2 careful studies to 1 careful study, 3 putredims. Yeah, we are so dead. Khan can fetch Lion's Eye Diamond, and then he could just create infinite mental tokens. Yeah, I'm going to scoop to that one. What is this? Concede game. Right. Yeah, that's rough. It's a rough matchup. Right, time for last, well, not really last round. Yeah, this is keep. Cycling Street Wraith first because I really want to hit a Dredger and get dredging as soon as possible, but instead we draw the worst possible draw in our deck. The standard. If we don't hit a Dredger, we'll discard the knock. Yeah. Fine. Playing against some Ninja Brew. Everybody's on the stupid cards, it seems. I actually think that new Ninja is absolutely insane. Yeah, you're not baiting me with that 1 mana open. Just gonna break through. YOLO, as the kids say. The looting resolved, the breakthrough will resolve. And we hit a Hogaak, guys. Air horn sounds. Alright, so I have no clue what to name. So I will probably name Brainstorm because I do not like the card Brainstorm. Oh, he has no relevant cards. That is good for us. He fatal pushes a zombie token. That's really sad for him. Now we could dredge a Golgari Thug, cast a Golgari Thug next turn, but since we got 3 Icarids coming back and we're guaranteed 4 Icarids come, no, 3 Icarids, we're guaranteed to get the Hogaak. I don't see any point. I think returning Hogaak's worth it here. We lose out on 6 damage, but Hogaak represents 8 damage the turn after and is a general good thing to have on board against anything he's doing. Right, he scoops up his cards. I have no idea what he's up to, so I'm going to side like it's Delver, out 1 petal, in out 1 breakthrough, in 1 petal. No longer do we need to have the card Dread Return, because this is like a repeatable Dread Return that is easier to cast and does not lose our board state if it gets countered. One of the many benefits of Hogaak. I think it's definitely worth it, because sometimes you just want a Dread Return with no target, and this is basically it, except it's a repeatable Dread Return with no target that can be cast through Containment Priest and has Trample, because Grave Troll does not have Trample. However, sometimes Grave Troll having Regenerate is relevant. That has came up a few times in games I have played. However, the thing with Hogaak is, if he dies, you can just recast him. So, hooray for Hogaak. He's really taking his time with his sideboarding. I actually kind of really don't like this. I feel like on the draw it's good enough, but if we draw a second land it's good. If we draw a break, yeah, I think this is keepable. It plays around Spell Pierce. Can play around Surgical. Grixis Ninjas. That's good. I'm not going to expose myself to a... I think he's got either Pierce or Fluster or Surgical. In no specific order. I'm gonna name surgical. Okay, macabre. That's sort of a surgical. I want to get rid of those baleful strixes. I think I can bait that. Yeah, I think I can definitely bait that. I thought about discarding the bridge from below as well, but I thought he was going to do that anyway, so I didn't see the need. Oh, you get to take the card Baleful Strix out of his hand. I mean, we were reading that he had the right things. Like, we read that he had surgical, but he was playing macabres instead of surgicals, probably for budget reasons. Which is a bit frustrating when our reads are correct and we get punished because people have no money. But we were able to play around it. We have a couple of options here. We could either try and draw another land, or we could just Cabal Therapy ourselves. I think that's best. We get punished super hard if they've drawn a counterspell. Actually, we don't. 1 second. Apologies, my girlfriend just came back in. Okay, so breakthrough, if they counter it, they counter it. If not, great.
I found my shifts. I've already.
My girlfriend has brought me chicken. What a wonderful woman. This man has a surgical. Blimey, he's just spicy wings. That snap caster must feel really fucking bad right now. With having a fairy macabre in the graveyard. That must hurt. Yeah, that would have really punished us, because he'd have been able to... like, we wouldn't be out the game, because he'd have no cards. We just need to draw a land, Golgari Thug, Dredge Golgari Thug, play some Hogaaks, but... God, that would have been rough. Just name Abandoned Hope, he's got no cards in hand. Next time we can... we cannot return Hogaak next turn, but we'll dredge into another Icarid and then we'll be able to return Hogaak. Awesome, everything's coming up Millhouse. These wings are very spicy. Things are looking great for us. Hogaak. We can't do the looping Hogaaks thing because we've only got one bridge. But we can sack an Icarid and do it. I don't know, lightning bolt I guess. It is absolutely nothing. Return another Hogaak. Yeah, he knew what was coming. Awesome, we win. So, technically we went 3-2 in that league, but I'm going to play one more game because the first one was a non-game, and we'll class that as the real league. Alright, time for our first match of this new league. Mulligan. Right, this is good. I'm just going to go for the Telmont. Maybe that was a bad idea to bottom that in case this LED gets countered. That was probably a bit greedy. Nice, we got 2 bridges. He's going to scoop to that. I have no clue what he's on. Just run it back. I guess I can cut a breakthrough for a pedal. That might be wrong. I don't know. That's generally what I do on when I'm on the draw. Just the opportunity to go a bit quicker. I might have to chop that bit out. Don't know what was in the video. Yeah, I'll keep this. I kept a hand earlier that was like this and we got super punished against Sneak and Show, but the difference between this hand is we also have a Street Wraith. Okay, it's Delver. If we get dazed, this kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We could have opted to play around dazed, just discard the hand size here, but I've found that when I try and do that, I generally tend not to win the games. He does not flip the Delver, which is good for us. Now he can only force our looting. This is scary though, 2 Delvers. I think I'm just going to do looting, play around days. Just going to cycle now, just in case I hit like a... I'm going to Cabal Therapy now, name Faith as Lightning Bolt, I think. Makes me think he's got a surgical. Yeah, that's fine. Should have probably cast Cabal Therapy first. That was probably a mistake. Oh well. Yeah, that was a bit loose before cycling Street Wraith. Oh, that sucks. Not flipping Delver here is really good. Dredge Stingray Imp, I want to hit Icarids, this is good. This is what we want. He hit another surgical. Well, I actually think we're gonna lose this game now. Yeah, maybe I should have Cabal Therapy before cycling Street Wraith. That was a mistake by me. A big punt. Because now we can't get to 2 black creatures for Hogaak. He's probably going to flip Delver as well. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this. Yeah, I think I'm very dead here. In fact, I'm just going to scoop now because we're going to take 7 next turn and then we won't be able to win. That was bad. A big punt on the Cabal Therapy there. I think we could have possibly won that if that didn't happen. Alright, I'm just going to run it back because this is, I think, the right configuration. Yep. Mulligan. I think I'll keep this. That's good. Oh my god, that's so bad. The plus side is we do have Cabal Therapy ourselves next turn with the Street Wraith backup. Hopefully it doesn't just drop a Delver. Ugh. Alright, I can't do that. That's new. Ugh, this card's so annoying. That's absolutely abysmal as well. Yeah, it seemed right to just do that there. Can I even afford to keep playing around surgical? I don't know. Ouch. That was painful. I think I just have to cycle street right here. Like, it's so bad. Like, I'm not doing anything. This is abysmal. Yeah, I think if we didn't punt game 2, because I even thought he had surgical from the way he was playing. I just didn't respect it. Now we're going to take like 4. He's going to ponder into a bolt and we're going to be straight up dead. Yeah, I've been having so much trouble with blue-red Dola recently. Not shuffling his library means we're almost definitely dead. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, this card's just filthy. So much card advantage. And double bolts and stuff. It's just like, I name it above Young Pyromancer now. It's Young Pyromancer's easier to deal with than this card. That's exactly the card I needed, but I don't have any way to not die. Because I'm dead to, like, everything. Yeah, I think if I hadn't punted game 2, it would have been okay. Yeah, we're so dead. Because we chump there, chump there. I guess we're okay if we do that. Let's just pass the turn in that case. 2 cards on top is a yikes. This is really bad. Oh, we don't even have any dredges in the graveyard. That's abysmal. That's so bad. That's alright though. Can I even afford to attack? I mean, I'm so dead. What can I even hit? I can't even hit anything that can block all of that damage. I can hit 2 Narcomoovers. I can get back 1 Hogaak. Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, that was a punt. Game 2, really bad. Ugh, oh well. That's frustrating. So we ended 2-3 technically. That was pretty rough, that last match. Kind of disappointing. Oh well. Hopefully that's some good testing of Hogaak. It seems pretty strong. I think it's a good card in the deck. Yeah. I don't have much else to say. The matchups we lost were rough matchups, and except for Delver, and that was a really bad punt. I think it's a good card in the deck. I think it's solid. That's pretty much all. Hope you enjoyed it.